Hey there, Purple Army. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to be doing another triple reaction to Prince. The songs are Hypno Paradise, Solo, and Fascination. According to Samantha the Playful, who requested this reaction, thank you, Samantha, for your support. Samantha let me know that these songs are, relatively speaking, atonal, which means the melodies are not going to be obvious. They're going to sound very dissonant, and we have listened to some songs where Prince does delve into the world of atonal music and the melodies being sung or played are not obvious or attainable. So this one is going to be a very interesting one. I encourage you all to sit back, relax, don't stress out too much about the musical complexities that are to come your way. I'm excited to check this out today. And before jumping in, I just wanted to share with you all my just unending appreciation for the Purple Army. It is really, I feel just completely humbled to be in the position that I am, getting to discover all of this amazing music and being helped by so many hundreds of you in terms of your comments, your requests, just giving me the overview of who Prince is. And I feel like with your guys' help, I've been able to accelerate this journey and my learning with Prince far faster than I ever could have on my own. And this is coming from somebody who, when I used to listen to music and discover amazing works on my own, I would binge albums. I would hear a song that I liked and I'd be like, okay, wow, song 3 off of this record was amazing. I'm going to listen to songs 1 through 15 off of this album. And hey, if this album kicks ass, I'm going to listen to the entire working discography of that artist. And that's how I, used to operate, given adulthood and not having the time for the music listening that I would have been at least far well acclimated towards as a youth. This is the best way to do it. And I'm just so thankful that you all are enjoying the journey with me. I do my best and I appreciate you all, truly. All right, sappiness aside, I'm excited to check this out, so let's jump in. Also, thanks Samantha in the comments. She's a beast. All right. Hi, this one's Hypno Paradise. Let's begin.
All you can hear is the sound of my voice. Every time I touch your face,
Ooh.
you gotta fall into a deep sleep.
Ooh. Part of the melody is atonal. The other part is definitely in key.
You are the reason I believe that I was born. You're always there to hold me whenever I am scorned. I give my left hand just to know your name. Shall I call you savior just the same? You know paradise. Oh, you know paradise. Oh,
Dude, the bass in this?
am I in heaven? Hypno Paradise. This must be heaven, cause hell was never nice. I don't need permission to be happy every day. As long as I got a freak like you, I'm straight. Hypno Paradise. Oh, Hypno Paradise. Oh,
These chords are just so, you have these augmented voicings and then these minor voicings previous, and then the melody over top feels like it's in scale, but I don't know which scale it is. And then underneath are these I don't know what the medieval ages would say, abominable chord shapes and progressions. I don't know why medieval times were so medieval that they wouldn't even let you play certain tones, the tritone, the whole history behind why that's referred to as that, the devil's tritone kind of thing. I like music like this, but it is not obvious to me what is happening all the time, which is cool. I love to be challenged melodically and musically. But how do you describe some of these feelings? Because, music, it's there to invoke a lot of emotion within the self. So when you listen to something in your standard, minor or major key, you roughly have those same feelings and you understand what you're quote unquote expected to feel. I have no idea what I'm expected to feel here, other than to be hypnotized into some kind of paradise. But what's on this island? Like weirdly shaped animals? I don't know.
Paradise. Touch me, I go under any spell you choose. I don't mind the loss, my dear. When it comes to you, I lose. I condemn them all to be wrong as long as you're alright. This is my destiny, Hypno Paradise.
God, I love the rhythm. And that bass is just bassing. This is actually so filthy. I wish I was better at like understanding drums and just producing, because this feels obvious, but I would never in a million years be able to come up with something like this. Right here. That sounds like my my microwave when it's about to, beep and let me know that the food's ready. Oh wow. That click is... Jesus. Oh my god. What is going on now? This is not like the kind of music that you can listen to on a first on a first listen and just get it. Um this would take me like probably an hour just to like map out the rough structure and the melodic nature of some of the layers in the mix. And there's so much happening at the same time, and it evolves and changes. I think in terms of like song structure, I guess I'll start there. The structure feels like the first place to look if you're trying to map out this song. Like, it wouldn't be the standard like intro, verse, pre-chorus, it's not that obvious, but there are like parallels in some of the sections, right? You do notice the da 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 da. God, I'm not singing on pitch at all, but what is pitch in a tonal world? When you listen to those like augmented chords, again, the comments I made about like understanding major and minor and the emotions you feel through them, with augmented, it feels like a weird combination of both major and minor, but they're happening at the same time in such a way where you're like finding notes between the notes. Like instead of like something being like terribly, terribly sad and something just being like a mild disruption that makes you feel a little bit down, it's like somewhere in the middle. It's like this bemused melancholy. But then you take the flip side, because it's a bigger chord and has, you know, overtones as well. On the major side, it's like absolute joy. You're over the moon and just like mild happiness. And the notes they're choosing there are within that range as well. It's like some kind of earnestness. There's a bit of hope. It's a tinge of hope. And you have all of these like very niche emotions being evoked through these niche notes all at once. And it just leaves me confused in a good way, because there is something there, and it is hard to like ascribe meaning to a lot of atonal music in general. But with Prince, we have layers in the mix again that are melodically driven, that if you were to splice out of the mix, you could follow them and track them and add a more standard chord progression. But then there are other layers that don't abide by those same rules, but they somehow still work. This isn't a song where like the dissonance is clashing and you have like, you know, C and C sharp at the same time. That feels less common of a practice in this song. But these are just all such unique movements and melodies and instruments and rhythms. It's a challenging one for sure. It's a good place to start the reaction now, huh? That's Hypno Paradise. I definitely feel like I went through a bit of a hypnotic warp there. Like if you've ever been to an amusement park where you walk through those little tunnels, but they're like rotating. The visuals are rotating, but you're actually just walking straight. But you have the perception of not being able to walk straight and your balance gets thrown off. That's like the musical equivalent here. Anyways, let's check out solo. Let's see how deep the atonal rabbit hole of Prince goes.
So low, the curve looks like a skyscraper.
Da, da, da. Da.
So high, the stars are under me.
Sounds harmonic minor right there.
So quiet, I can hear the blood rushing through my veins. So low,
Whoa.
I feel like I'm gone insane.
Have we changed our key already? Because we don't have any other instrumentation. It's just a cappella. So Prince can kind of move wherever he wants to without any like supporting structure or tonal center, or at least not an obvious one. Do-do-do. Let's listen back if it maps. Do-do-do. Do-do-do.
So quiet, I can hear the blood rushing through my veins.
I think we're still in the same key.
So low, I feel like I'm gone.
I feel like
insane.
the vibrato is just gorgeous.
The angels, they watch in wonder. And you
Got a harp.
made love to me. Through the rain and the thunder, you cried next to see. You were so kind, that's irate. For all creation me. 'Cause at the time, no one was lucky. No one was lucky.
Oh, Jesus, this is ominous. But it's so beautiful. I don't.
And now you go, and I just wanna be still. So silent, I just let my senses sleep. It's gonna be so hard to hear my voice if I ever learn.
I'm not going to try to understand anymore, but it feels like we've been in the same. It feels like we've remained in the same vocal key the entire time, but the harp underneath is just flittering up and down, changing scales, bobbing and weaving, moving between scales. I took one like online course in music like a long time ago, and it was like a free course. I don't even know where I would find it now, and it just went through all of the different instruments that are most common in music playing. And I got through the standard drums, guitar, bass, all the way. I made it to the harp, and I listened to the modules. Though the education material was a bit like rudimentary, when they played a clip of what harps can do, the cascading notes up and down, again changing scales. The harp is one of those instruments that, like, I don't know, I think it takes a very sharp and malleable mind to understand. I'll do my best to listen back here and dissect what's going on, but also I'm just gonna listen and just see what happens.
Silent, I just let my senses sleep. It's gonna be so hard.
The notes are definitely bubbling above and below.
If I ever learn once more
That feels like the root.
I've been looking for so long, but now I'm done. I'm so low.
So God, dude, Prince, man.
No one.
Okay, I want to say that Prince's vocal melody retained the key, doo-doo, whatever that root note is, remains that root note, and the harp, on occasion, just deviates away from that scale. So it's like somehow less complicated than I think I was making it earlier. I think there's less scale changes happening. But I wish I had a better way to describe it outside of musical terms, that I'm still like a juvenile in my understanding because it's like what I can envision like at a broad level is you have a scale, you have, your 7 unique notes that fit your scale, and each of those notes have chords associated with them, and that note would be the root of that chord. So you have 7 chords, each with a unique root note, all of which are the scale degrees of that scale, and then you can juxtapose any one of those notes with an outside chord which would contain, like other sharps and flats that don't abide by those same scale degrees. And those voicings have a few of those, like, bad apples that don't belong technically in the musical theory sense. But when they're couched in other notes that make sense and there's a lot of movement happening below and above, you can create these like weirdly consonant interval movement chord pattern and this is why I didn't want to attempt to understand, because I am like an intermediate in my understanding, and probably I have like lots of holes in my knowledge. When I go back and like learn about music theory, I always realize like, oh, I forgot what this actual term meant. So I don't want to just be throwing word salad at you. But this song, 3 minutes and 48 seconds solo, it is so deceptively complex for just having 2 instruments. It sounds like just vocals, just harp. Although maybe there could be timpani in there, but let's throw that away. My mind is melting in front of you. I hope you guys are enjoying the reaction so far. We're still going to listen to Fascination, but if you are enjoying the reaction and would like to request one yourself, please hit the first link in the description box below. That is the best way to support my channel and to keep the reactions flowing. Fascination. Let's jump in. I'm apprehensive to enjoy this part. Dude, it's already changing scales on the way up and down.
Fascination chamber lands on the round that kills. The art you hope to mirror life leaves blood upon the sill.
The dream you keep dreaming is better than the life you lead.
I'm not even going to begin to talk about what this is, what's happening under the hood technically. It is just so impressive to me that within all of this melodic, not chaos, it's not chaotic, all of this for me, melodic uncertainty, we still have a semblance of song structure that makes sense. So whatever these unique feelings are that are coming across through the music, they're at least happening consistently. Man, y'all enjoy watching my brain break too much.
The rapper that gave that head will thank his manager before the Lord.
And the headache that you moan about feels much better than the treatment would. The pills don't leave a side effect. Let us take another pill to correct. And the whole thing's leaving you feeling less than good. And you're still high.
Okay, I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say that this like 2-chord progression that I think we're hearing, I think there's a simple 2-chord progression here, back and forth. I think somehow Prince has found 2 chords that appear in multiple scales, and when he pivots to one, he's able to enter a new scale seamlessly while retaining the same pitches. I wouldn't say it's a mode per se, but there has to be, I think, maybe mathematically, I don't know, some 2 chords that exist in scale A that also appear in scale B, such that scale A and B are not relative modes of one another. I think that's what's happening.
Do you mind if I just watch you shake it?
Reminds me a bit of a Santana. This is, I think, by far, I think the most I have struggled with listening to Prince and understanding what he's doing, which is super cool. Like, continually, it just, Prince defies expectation, and you guys know this. But to produce music that just people don't understand, like I consider myself somebody rather with an intermediate knowledge level of music, such that I can communicate my ideas to you in a way that you'll understand. And some of you have even more knowledge than me. But this is like way above Sohum's pay grade. Sohum tried. I hope you can appreciate that I tried over here. It's just not something that I really ever have heard or listened to. I did a few reactions to Prince, of course, where his music was sounding rather atonal, but even before, and I would have to look at, I think his name was like Ty Segall or something. If you find that reaction on the channel, that was one of the more, I think the song was called Void. That song was one of the hardest to understand songs that I had heard on the channel at this point. This tops that. And not just this one, Fascination, but the three. The three, Hypno Paradise, Solo, and Fascination. And I think in terms of what I preferred listening to the most, it would be Solo, then maybe Hypno Paradise, and then Fascination. But they are all so complex. I just I feel like a baby learning how to swim for the first time. But I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction today. Please let me know your thoughts below. Yeah, keep sending prints my way, so you can hit the first link in the description box below to do that. But just have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. I'm going to take a little time to recover, maybe probably get a workout in or something. Have a wonderful rest of your day, my friends. Take care and peace.